Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Betting Insights. I'm Timothy, alongside Sergio. Sergio, what's up?
Hey everybody.
Yes, welcome back. As you know, we are giving out betting tips for 5 different club competitions across Europe: Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Eredivisie, and the Premier League. Now, last weekend, the picks were absolutely amazing, Sergio. A lot of profits, a lot of good picks.
Yeah, a lot of good picks, yes, indeed.
Yes, and we will be looking to continue that this weekend. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. Today we are starting with the Serie A. First game on the schedule. As you know, we are skipping the Friday games. Although I really liked Inter today. We're recording a bit late. Inter's up to nothing. But first game on the schedule: Lecce hosting Cagliari. Lecce wins it at 2.28. Cagliari wins it at 3.55. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now I'm not really doing anything here, Sergio. Are you doing something?
No, I'm skipping this game also. This game is yeah, if you want to place a bet, I would prefer a draw, but otherwise just skip.
Yeah, or maybe the under 2.5, but very low value there. All right, let's get to the next game. Bologna hosting Empoli. Bologna wins 1.68. Empoli 5.8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now Empoli just shocked Roma last weekend, pulling off a upset. And as you know, after a high comes a low, comes a low, especially if they're going on the road against a team like Bologna. I'm all on Bologna on this in this game. Are you doing something?
Yeah, me also, but I'm looking more at the over 2.5 as Bologna win at 168. Still a good odd, but I would still go for the over 2.5.
I would stay away from the over 2.5. Me personally, I would just play Bologna for a win. As you know, Empoli. I know they scored 2 goals in last week, but
Yeah.
dating back to last year, Empoli really had trouble scoring goals. So don't expect any help from Empoli if you're playing the over 2.5. That would probably mean Bologna needs to score 3 goals. I'm not sure they do, so I'm just playing Bologna for a win. No, maybe the over 2.5 hits, but I would stay away from the over 2.5.
Okay, yeah, Bologna isn't a team that scores a lot, but after last week, you would think they're the least trying to score 2 goals. So
Yeah, but then you still under the 2.5 if Empoli doesn't score. But like I said, Empoli really has troubles scoring dating back to last year, and I'm not sure they have solved that yet. All right, let's get to the next game. Napoli hosting Parma. Napoli wins set at 1.5. Parma wins set at 6.5. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Parma really played well, so I'm kind of leaning towards Parma. Napoli, I know they had a good win last weekend, but Conte still needs more players, and the players they're signing, I'm not sure that's those are the players he wants. They just signed Scott McTominay. Um,
Lukaku.
is he really moving the needle here? I don't think so.
Mhm. Yeah, and Lukaku also. I'm Lukaku. Yeah, the fans were really rival, so maybe that will motivate him to maybe score a little bit more. But I think that still Napoli is gonna win this one. Last week against Bologna, uh, they played okay. So against Parma, I think they could do the same.
Yeah, but against Bologna, very Conte-like football, for 39% ball possession. I know expected goals were a lot higher than Bologna, so probably deserves to win that game. But Parma's been playing well, gave Fiorentina trouble, even won from AC Milan. So I kind of like Parma in this spot. I would play the double chance just as an upset. Obviously, it's not one of my favorite bets, but maybe more leaning more towards the over 2.5. I could really see the over 2.5 hitting here.
Yeah, maybe if they were playing at home, Parma, but uh, at Naples, I would just go for Napoli.
All right, but I don't have a best bet in that game, so just giving my thoughts. All right, let's get to the next game where I do have a bet I really like. Lazio hosting AC Milan. Lazio wins set at 2.85. AC Milan wins set at 2.5. A line for total goal set at 2.5. Now I like the over 2.5, but this man AC Milan really has to win now. Really disappointing in the first two games. So I think they will win here. I'm playing AC Milan over 1.5 goals set at 2.25. That's one of my favorite bets for the weekend. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the win. Uh, I think they're on the ropes for this uh, for this game. So I think Lazio is gonna profit. I'm leaning more towards Lazio. I don't see AC Milan start winning an away game at Lazio Roma. So I know they have to win, yeah, but still I'm leaning more towards Lazio.
The fact that they have to win tells me they will score. And listen, man, if Udinese can score 2 goals against Lazio, AC Milan surely can. So that's why I'm not hesitating playing the over 1.5 goals. You may be right. Maybe they don't win. It's a road game, difficult, but I see them scoring at least twice. So one of my best bets, AC Milan over 1.5 goals.
Yeah, but if AC Milan is going to win, I think over 2.5 would be better because Lazio is definitely gonna score a goal. I'm sure at home.
You may be right on that. You may be right on that. But like I said, I also like the over 2.5. So maybe that's the better play. But I think I'm sticking with the over 1.5 goals for AC Milan. Maybe play both.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Genoa hosting Hellas Verona. Genoa wins set at 2.1. Verona wins set at 4. Line for total goals 2.5. Now this is a game I'm definitely staying away from. Are you doing something?
Yeah, it's tempting, but yeah, I'm also gonna stay away from this one. I think you're right.
All right. And as you can see, the over 2.5 goals is set at 2.43, under 2.5 goals, 1.55. So they're not expecting a lot of goals here, and neither am I. So just to stay away is the best bet for me in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, next up, Fiorentina hosting Monza. Fiorentina wins set at 1.68. Monza wins set at 5.25. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Fiorentina still winless in the league, but they did advance in the Conference League, winning against Puskás Academy. Doesn't ring any bells, but still should give them some motivation. Now going back home. I can see them winning this game against Monza, and I think they will win this game. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I think they'll win also. Monza has a problem scoring. They haven't scored in 2 or 3 games. They haven't scored yet. So yeah, no, I would also expect Fiorentina to win this one. It's a perfect game for them to
Yeah, and
to
only ha
not win.
only not has Monza not scored in the first two games. Expected goals in both games under 0.5. So I think you hit the nail on the head. They really have trouble in scoring goals. So
Yes, yeah.
Fiorentina should win this game.
So the over 2.5 is not really an option.
No, just bet a Fiorentina win.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Udinese hosting Como. Udinese wins set at 2.04. Como wins set at 3.85. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, I'm leaning towards Udinese because I believe they played a good game against Lazio. Actually, they defend pretty much. But that should give them some confidence heading into this game and playing a team like Como going on the road. I don't think they're ready for the Serie A just yet. So it's leaning towards Udinese, but not one of my best bets. Are you doing something?
Yeah, for me, it's more than a lean, against Como, Udinese. Yeah, I would say, last weekend, uh, good game against Lazio. So, against Como, I think it should be a little bit easier. So, I'm just going for a Udinese win. Very good odd also.
All right. Now that should be the play here. Obviously, if you're playing something here, don't play Como. And also, I wouldn't play the over 2.5. Just go for Udinese win. But for me, it's just a lean. So, all right. Now Inter just scored a third goal against Atalanta, 3-0. So Inter's
Uh,
just
So
Smashing
it's
them.
over there.
Yeah, it's over, pretty much over there. All right, next game, last but not least in the Serie A, Juventus hosting Roma. Juventus wins set at 1.84. Roma wins set at 4.6. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, speaking of a team that's on the ropes, at least in my view, Roma. So I really have to bet Juventus here. One of my favorite bets. Juventus just wins outright. Are you doing something?
Yeah, you can't look anywhere else. Just go for the win for Juventus. Maybe over 2.5. Give Roma a goal, but still, yeah, Juventus win. Definitely.
All right, nothing else to add. We agree, we're in lockstep there. All right, now that wraps up Serie A. Let's get to the Premier League. First game on the schedule, Arsenal hosting Brighton. Arsenal wins set at 1.37. Brighton wins set at 9. Line for total goal set at 3.5. I'm not in a rush to play the over 3.5, although I do have a bet in this game, and that's Arsenal to win and both teams to score. If you combine those two same game parlay, you get an odd of 2.6. Very good value. I don't see Arsenal losing this game. Brighton played well in the first two games, but going on the road against Arsenal, different story. I can see them getting a goal here, so I'm playing Arsenal wins and both teams to score, but Arsenal's definitely winning this game. Are you doing something?
I think there are two high-scoring teams playing against each other, so I would still go for the over 3.5. For Arsenal win, or maybe a double chance for Brighton. That's also possible, but I would still go for the over 3.5. These are two high-scoring teams. Brighton usually scores over 1.5 goal a game, at least the last three games that they played. So I would go for the over 3.5 in this one. You don't get it a lot. These two teams. So
It's not that I dislike the over 3.5. I just have a hard time playing it. For me, it's a kind of a big number, but you're right. They do score these teams, so I can see the over 3.5 hitting. For me, the bet in this game is just Arsenal wins and both teams to score. I have a lot more confidence in that happening. And listen, man, Brighton double chance? No, no, I really can't see them getting anything out of this game. They really had, I wouldn't say trouble, but they kind of got lucky putting away United, even though they were playing at home. So now you go on the road against Arsenal. No way they're sneaking out a point is it this game. Just give me Arsenal wins and both teams to score.
okay, yeah. I will go for the over 3.5.
Uh, kind of like that also. All right, next game, Leicester City hosting Aston Villa. Leicester City wins set at 4.7. Aston Villa wins set at 1.8. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. What are you doing here, Sergio?
Lean towards Leicester only because they're playing at home, but yeah, I don't. Aston Villa, they 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 didn't start that good. For me, okay, Arsenal. That's you can lose that one, and against West Ham, it wasn't that great also, and I think Leicester will be a motivated team against Aston Villa, especially at home. So it's gonna be a difficult one for Villa. So a lean towards Leicester, but under normal circumstances, Villa should win this one. But I'm leaning towards Leicester.
I kind of agree with you there. I'm also leaning towards Leicester. So if I would play something here, I would play a double chance for Leicester City.
Yeah, double
That
chance.
that would be my play here. Kind of agree with everything you said here. All right. Next up, Brentford hosting Southampton. Brentford wins set at 1.82. Southampton wins set at 4.6. Line for total goal set at 2.5. And I do have a play in this game, and that's just both teams to score. Southampton hasn't scored yet since the season has started. And listen, man, against the defense like Brentford, no better chance. So give me both teams to score. I think Brentford will win this game, but both teams to score. That's my play for this game. Set at 1.67. What are you doing here, Sergio?
I'm just going for a Brentford win at 1.8. That's a little bit higher, and also Brentford Yeah, no, I think Brentford is gonna win this one.
Like I said, I also think they will win. For me, the better play is just in both teams to score. I can see Southampton scoring this in this game. Um, really have to take advantage from a defense like Brentford if you're going to score in the Premier League. All
Yeah.
right, next up, Ipswich Town hosting Fulham. Ipswich wins set at 3. Fulham wins set at 2.45. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, my play in this game is the over 2.5. If you can look at Fulham dating back to last year, it's just the trend when Fulham is playing away over 2.5 goals. It's just the best bet for this game. Or you're doing something.
Yeah, lean towards Fulham, but I think I'm gonna stay away from this one. I don't, trust none of these two. Although Fulham at 2.4, it's a really interesting odd. Ipswich Town, yeah, not a good start. 2 losses or 3. So yeah, I'm staying away from this one, but Fulham, if I needed to bet it would definitely be Fulham.
Yeah, kind of agree with you there. So that's why I'm not betting either one. I'm just betting the over 2.5 goals. So that's my play for that game. All right, next up, Everton hosting Bournemouth. Everton wins set at 2.88. Bournemouth wins set at 2.6. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, this is a very close game. I'm leaning more towards Bournemouth because Everton hasn't shown me anything yet in the games they have played. So the lean is towards Bournemouth, but the odd kind of tells you how close these two teams are towards each other. And I'm not really comfortable playing the over 2.5. Or are you doing something?
I'm not really comfortable playing anything at all. So over 2.5, like you said, no, they are not two teams that you expect to score a lot. I think only one team is gonna score, and that one's gonna win. So uh, further, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna bet this game.
Yeah. All right. I agree with you there. I'm in lockstep there. I'm also not betting this game. All right. Next up, Nottingham Forest hosting Wolves. Forest wins set at 2.1. Wolves wins set at 3.65. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Wolves just got smashed by Chelsea last week. And obviously, Chelsea did Chelsea-like things in Europe, losing against Servette from Switzerland. So, did Chelsea just get that lucky, or is Wolves that bad?
Yeah. No, I would say it was just an off day for the Wolves, but for this game I would go for Forest. Nottingham Forest. I'll just go for Nottingham Forest only because they're playing at home also, and yeah, at 2 point what is it
2.1.
08? Yeah, well, yeah, it's a very interesting one. At home Forest, yeah, I would go for Forest.
Yeah, I would also play Forest in the spot. Wolves going on the road after just getting smashed. I know they played in midweek and won against Burnley in the cup, but still going on the road in the Premier League after you just got smashed by 6-2. Not a great spot. So just give me Forest. I agree with you there.
Yeah, for a win.
All right, next up, West Ham hosting Manchester City. West Ham wins set at 7.5. City wins set at 1.42. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, this is a very interesting game. Can West Ham trouble City in any way?
Mm, no, I don't think so. I would and over 3.5, I wouldn't go there also because West Ham, I'm pretty sure they will defend like hell. Um, Maybe a 0-2 win for City, but I don't think West Ham is gonna be any trouble for City this weekend.
Obviously the play should be under 3.5 goals. That gives you a little bit more value set at
Yeah,
1.71. So the under 3.5 should be the play here.
I agree.
All right. Next up, Chelsea hosting Crystal Palace. Chelsea wins set at 1.67. Crystal Palace wins set at 5.2. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, like I said earlier, Chelsea did Chelsea-like things, losing to Servette in Europe competition. Listen, man, no way you can trust Chelsea. But one thing at home, they have played better, is dating back to last year, even when they were awful. Usually at home, they would win their games. And Palace hasn't really lighted things up in the first two games. So I'm leaning towards Chelsea here, but this man, I just have a hard time backing Chelsea, probably for the rest of the season. So are you doing something here?
Yeah, it's also just lean at 1.65. Yeah, it's worth a try at least. So, but like you said, I'm also staying away from this one. Chelsea is a team not to be trusted.
All right, we agree there. Next up, Newcastle United hosting Tottenham. Newcastle wins set at 2.55. Tottenham wins set at 2.63. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, both teams to score in this game is set at 1.33. That's very low. So obviously they're expecting goals in this game, and I am as well. So I'm just playing over 1.5 goals for either Newcastle United or Tottenham. I think both teams will score at least twice. So just pick one. I'm playing both teams for over 1.5 goals. Are you doing something here?
I'm leaning more towards a Tottenham win. I'm, it's a little bit, yeah. I hesitate a little bit, but because of that, I'm just going for the highest odds. Both team are in a good place at the moment, so I would just go for Tottenham.
The odds not that higher, but Tottenham does have the rest advantage because Newcastle was involved in midweek action. Tottenham was not, so
Yeah, also.
I would also lean towards Tottenham. But goals, obviously, I'm just expecting goals in this game, so I'm playing on the goals, on the total goals for both teams. All right. Next up, last but not least, in the Premier League, United hosting Liverpool. United wins set at 3.9. Liverpool wins set at 1.94. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, if you've watched United, maybe the last 2 years, you would think Liverpool should easily win this game. But for some reason, when Liverpool plays against United, they lay an egg. So what's happening here?
Yeah. To start, two Dutch managers against each other. I think in the past, Den Haag or Slot never won a game against Den Haag, if I'm correct. I don't know. They know each other well, but United has the home advantage, and like you said, when Liverpool plays against United away, yeah, it's always a problem for them. Maybe just yeah, United. I lean towards United, but only because I think these two Dutch managers know each other well, and I think Den Haag has a slight advantage.
Yeah, I'm looking at the under 3.5 goals here. I really can't see 4 goals being scored in this game, especially the way United's playing. So I'm playing the under 3.5 goals here. We just saw in the first games, United really conservative approach, really trying to defend. And against Liverpool in the Ten Hag regime, they've defended basically everyone and every one of those games. That's been their approach. Won't be any different here. So I'm playing the under 3.5 goals. That's my bet for this game.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Now that wraps up the Premier League. Let's get to La Liga. First game, Barcelona hosting Valladolid. Barcelona wins set at 1.25. Valladolid wins set at 12.5. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, I don't really like a bet in this game. Winning Barcelona, very low value, but they should win. So just skipping this game. Or are you doing something?
Yeah, Hansi Flick did, I would say, a good job, but yeah, a steady job the first 2-3 games. So Barcelona win, yeah, definitely against Valladolid. Yeah, you can see it going wrong.
They should win easily here. All right, next up, Athletic Bilbao hosting Atletico Madrid. Athletic Bilbao wins set at 2.95. Atletico Madrid wins set at 2.5. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Athletic Bilbao, they picked up their first win in midweek home against Valencia, while Athletic Madrid was held to a 0-0 draw against Espanyol. And obviously, they were the better team. Espanyol really wasn't trying to score in that game. So Athletic Madrid a little bit unlucky. Now they go on the road against a team like Bilbao. I think this will be a very tough test. Still leaning towards Atletico Madrid, but the play for me is the over 2.5 goals. What are you doing?
I'm leaning more towards Bilbao. Losing against Barcelona, yeah, that's something you can expect. The win against Valencia, I think, at home, yeah, gave them a little bit more confidence to enter the game against Atletico Madrid. I'm leaning more towards Bilbao actually.
Yeah, I can understand why you would do that. They've been a very good home team dating back to last year, and the squad hasn't changed that much. So obviously, like I said, it will be a very tough test for Atletico Madrid. So for me, the play is the over 2.5 goals. I think that's the much safer play in this game, and that's the one I like. All right. Next up, Espanyol hosting Rayo. Listen, man, the line for the total goal set at 1.5. So let's not just waste too much time here. I don't have a bet. Or do you have a bet, Sergio?
No, this is a game, you can try to play a draw always, at 3.1. It's very interesting, but I'm also stay away.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Valencia hosting Villarreal. Valencia wins set at 2.88. Villarreal wins set at 2.45. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, Valencia, they are in desperate need of a win here. But Villarreal has also played well the first game, scoring 4 goals in their last game on Monday. So I'm expecting goals in this game, especially in a desperation calls for Valencia. So give me the over 2.5 goals. Are you doing something?
Yeah, over 2.5 is actually the way to go. But like you said, Valencia definitely need for a win, and they're playing at home against Villarreal. Difficult, but if I if I choose, I would still go for Valencia.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would also play Valencia if I had to pick a winner. But the over 2.5 goals seems like a sure bet in this game, given how in which form these teams are at the moment. Now, obviously, I know Valencia hasn't scored much, but they really need to win. So I'm expecting them to score in this game, and Villarreal obviously great scoring form. So give me the over 2.5.
Yeah, they'll definitely score this game, Valencia. So
All right. Next up, Leganes hosting Mallorca. Another game where I won't try to waste your time. Are you doing something here, Sergio?
uh, lean towards Mallorca, but yeah, I'm gonna skip this one also. But gone to my head. I would go for Mallorca actually. Yeah.
Yeah, if you really have to pick a winner,
Yeah.
like you said, gun to your head, but there's not a gun to your head, so just skip this game. And
Yeah.
sometimes the best bet for is a game is just skipping the game because it could go either way, and you can't really trust either of the teams. So just skip this game. I'm skipping this game.
Yeah, yeah, it's a stay away for me also.
All right, next up, Alaves hosting Las Palmas. Alaves wins 1.97. Las Palmas wins set at 4.25. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, I like Alaves in this spot. They're a much better team. I know Las Palmas sneaked out a draw against Real Madrid, but this man, don't take too much out of that. Even Mallorca sneaked out a draw against Real Madrid. Real Madrid really not in the form they should be, given the players they have. So it's not like Las Palmas really did much in that game. Now they go on the road against a team like Alaves. I think Alaves will win this game. Are you doing something, Sergio?
Yeah, yeah. Alaves, they are getting a little bit motivation out of the game against Sociedad. They won that, and now they're playing at home against Las Palmas. Yeah, so it's a good chance for 6 points out of 2 games. So I would also play Alaves in this one. Las Palmas, yeah. Mm. Like you said, lucky to play against Real Madrid. That's don't got the format. I think they just lack the motivation. Real
I
Madrid.
think they're too arrogant. I think they're too arrogant. They're just entering the game like, all right, this will be an easy win, and you see how they're how they're approaching the game, how they're playing, and suddenly you're just 1 goal behind, and Las Palmas is defending with 15 guys in the box. Now you have a tough time breaking through. So I think they need to change their approach. They will get to Real Madrid in a couple of minutes. So um, let's just
But
leave it
now
at
it's
that.
for Alaves. I would go for Alaves. For
Yes,
Alaves.
I agree with you there. All right, next up, Osasuna hosting Celta. Osasuna wins set at 2.45. Celta wins set at 2.95. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I like Celta in this game. The way Osasuna played, especially against Girona and midweek, nothing to write home about. And Celta has started the season very well. Even in the last Monday against Villarreal, they scored 3 goals. So I can really see Celta scoring this game, and I'm not sure Osasuna will keep up. So give me Celta for a win. Very risky bet, very high odd, but still, I like Celta. I would go for Celta. Or are you doing something?
Yeah, Celta is definitely the way to go. Actually, I don't know why the odds for Celta are even higher. So yeah, it's I think it's a good chance to get a good odd. I would also go for Celta.
All right. We agree there. Next up, Sevilla hosting Girona. I think we'll agree here also. Sevilla wins 2.4, Girona wins 2.8. Line total goes 2.5. Another odd I really don't get. Girona's the better team. If Sevilla's in trouble, they have been in trouble dating back to the last 2 years, and it seems to be carrying over into this season. So if Girona plays anything like they played in midweek against Osasuna, they should easily score 2 goals in this game. So my bet for this game, Girona over 1.5 goals. Are you doing something?
Yeah, yeah, Girona, of course, yeah, lost against Atletico, and draw against Betis. Against Osasuna was actually their first win.
But was
Yeah,
very impressive.
yeah, it was impressive. But yeah, Sevilla away is something else. Girona, of course, the Champions League team, so you would expect them to win from Sevilla. It's gonna be a difficult one. I'm looking more at a draw, but I would go for a double chance for Girona. Yeah,
Yeah, like I
I'm
said,
not that confident about Girona playing away against Sevilla.
I'm not that confident about a win, but scoring goals, I am. Like I said, if they play anything like they did in midweek, they should score 2 goals here. I know they have been frailing on the road, dating back to last season. They're just a different team on the road than at home, and they lost some key players during the off season. But still, the shape Sevilla's in is just terrible, man. So I really can't back Sevilla. Not until I really see anything, or see something in the games. And so just give me Corona over 1.5 goals. All right, next up, Getafe hosting Sociedad. Getafe wins set at 3.7. Sociedad wins set at 2.45. Line for total goals 1.5. I don't really have a bet in this game. I think Sociedad's a little bit better, but Getafe at home, very difficult. So I'm just staying away from this game. Or are you doing something?
Yeah, for me, yeah, it feels like a draw. Also, Getafe, of course, the last 3 games were all draws. So yeah, I would go for a draw again. That's why the odds for a draw are lower than than a win. You don't see that a lot. So I think that says much about this game.
Yeah, and so Sociedad winning 2.45, a draw 2.85, so very
Yeah.
close to each other. And Getafe winning obviously higher than the draw 3.7. So I kind of agree with everything you said. Let's get to the next game. Last but not least, Real Madrid hosting Real Betis. Real Madrid wins set at 1.3. Betis wins set at 10.5. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, listen, Real Madrid, they have some critics to answer. Going home, they should do that here. Betis obviously not on the level of Real Madrid. Do you think Betis can sneak something out of this game?
The question is, will Real Madrid underestimate their opponent again? I don't think so. I think I think against Las Palmas, yeah, it was a costly lesson for them. I think they'll maybe try to start the game, approach differently, start very aggressive and try to get the first goal as soon as possible. So I if they start like that, it would be it will be an easy game, I think. But um, I'm not I'm not that confident it will happen again. A draw. So Real Madrid win.
Yeah, I'm also expecting Real Madrid to win. They should win this game. Playing at home, they basically have no other choice. You really have, and Mbappe has to show up at some point.
Yeah, yes, he has to.
All right.
I think he scored what, one goal?
Yeah, he
For
scored
sure.
against Atalanta in the
Yeah,
Super Cup, but in the league has not scored yet.
has not scored yet. Yeah, right. Okay.
All right, that wraps up La Liga. Let's get to the Eredivisie. First game, Almere City hosting Groningen. Almere City wins set at 3.3. Groningen wins set at 2.25. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I have two bets I like in this game, not to parlay them, just two separate bets. Groningen wins and also the over 2.5 goals. Listen, man, if you've watched Almere City, there's no way you can back Almere City in this spot. Now, maybe they score a goal, which is why I also like the over 2.5, but Groningen is definitely winning this game. Almere City, Sergio, you already said it. They might be the worst team in the Eredivisie this year. So give me Groningen. Or are you doing something?
Yes, till this moment they proved me right. So I would Groningen, I think, is one of the teams that is playing the best football in the Eredivisie at the moment. So I would also go for the FC Groningen win. Actually, it's one of my best bets also this weekend.
Yeah, and, I hate it when we have we kind of have the same best bet. Usually it doesn't end well, but I have to agree with you here. Groningen also one of my best bets. Groningen just has to win this game, no other way. Almere City they're just terrible. All right. Next up, Fortuna Sittard hosting NEC. Sittard wins set at 2.28. NEC wins set at 3.25. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I don't have a bet in this game, but Sergio, you have someone you like. Where are you going?
Yeah, Fortuna, and of course the over 2.5. But I would go for Fortuna first, for them to win. I think they won their first two games against Go Ahead, I think it was, and Almere City. Yes,
Yes, correct. Yes.
they didn't concede a goal against those two. So yeah, I would still go for a Fortuna win, and only because they're playing at home. Maybe over 2.5, but I would first go for a Fortuna win.
And obviously, Fortuna did not play last week. They had rest because I think they were supposed to play Ajax. And I obviously think that game got cancelled because Ajax is involved in the Europa League action.
Yeah, yeah.
So more rest for Fortuna, while NEC they did play last week against PEC. Didn't impress me that much. So I kind of agree with you. I would lean towards Fortuna, but I don't have a bet. But I like your place. All right, next game, Heerenveen hosting Breda. Heerenveen wins set at 1.75. Breda wins set at 4.7. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I like Heerenveen in this game. One of my best bets, Heerenveen. They've played well. Breda, you saw last week, they just crumbled, losing against Utrecht in the dying seconds. And I think that will carry over into this game. While Heerenveen played well against Ajax in the first game, played even better against Utrecht in the second game, and back-to-back home games. Good spot. Give me Heerenveen for the win. Are you doing something?
Yeah, definitely. Heerenveen plays very good football also. I I think I'm a little bit surprised they haven't won a game yet.
Yeah, but
So
they've only played 2 games.
yes, yes, that's against what was AZ
Well,
or
it goes against Ajax and
yeah,
against Utrecht.
yeah, Ajax. Yeah, but I mean, I expected them to win the game against Utrecht, definitely. I expected them to win that game. So that surprises me actually that they didn't win that one. But they have a chance against Breda at home. So I'm also leaning towards Heerenveen win.
All right, we agree there. Next up, Willem II hosting Sparta. Willem II wins set at 2.8. Sparta wins set at 2.6. And now obviously you can see the odds very close to each other. Line for total goal set at 2.5. And I'm also not comfortable playing the over 2.5. So I don't have a bet in this game. Don't like either team. Are you doing something?
Yeah, I would Sparta. I would uh, I would go for the
You
I
go
would go for
Sparta?
Sparta. Yeah, Sparta. They need their first win. Two draws. One of them a little bit unlucky. I think it was against Feyenoord and Feyenoord Twente playing those two. A draw. That's a good start. So Willem too. I think they'll take the chance there and yeah, I think they'll win this one. I will go for Sparta.
I don't have a bet in this game, so let's get to the next one. Utrecht hosting Twente. Utrecht wins set at 3. Twente wins set at 2.43. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Ron Jans playing against his former team. You have a bet you like in this game, Sergio?
Yeah, Utrecht playing at home, like you said, Ron Jans, his whole team. Usually, these games, uh, mm, Utrecht at home. No, I would just go for a Utrecht win. Ron Jans knows his old team. The players know exactly what because they're playing the same football. They played when he was there, so I think that he has a, a, a way of stopping them this weekend. So I'm going for a Utrecht win.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with you under normal circumstances, but man, Utrecht, like I said, I think they were kind of lucky winning against NAC and against Breda in the dying seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I think Twente, I have to check, fact check before I say something wrong. Twente did not play last week, correct?
No, because
Yeah,
they should have. I think who would they play? I think they were also going to play against a team that.
yeah, that got some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, nonetheless, Twente did not play last week, so more rest for Twente. So that's one reason why I like Twente a little bit more in this game. And obviously the other reason that Utrecht kind of lucky if you look at their first games, just a 1-0 win against Zwolle, 1-1 draw against Heerenveen, then you sneak out a win against NAC. No, not impressed. I agree with you what you're saying over the coach. But still, I think Twente is a little bit better. Give me Twente for a win. I'm going against you. I hate doing that in the Eredivisie, but sorry, I have to go against you.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see then.
All right, next up, PEC hosting Heracles. PEC wins set at 2.02. Heracles wins set at 3.7. Line for total goal set at 2.5. I don't have a bet in this game. Do you have one?
I think these two teams this game is actually one of the games of the season for them. They games that they have to win. Zwolle, maybe only because they're playing at home, you would go for them. But I think that Almelo and Zwolle are on the same level almost. So a draw maybe, but I lean towards Zwolle only because they're playing at home.
Both teams are in desperate need of points. So Zwolle a little bit worse shape than Heracles, lost all of their 3 games, only scored 1 goal. So listen, man, you can't back them with any confidence. That's why it's just a lean, right?
Yeah.
You can't back them with any confidence. So
No,
that's
absolutely.
that's enough reason to stay away from this game, at least for me. All right, next up, PSV hosting Go Ahead Eagles. Man, PSV wins 1.13, Go Ahead Eagles 21. Line for total goals set at 4.5, and that's just too high. Give me
Yeah,
the
that's a
under
lot.
4.5. Or are you doing something?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna skip this one. 4.5 is maybe a little bit too high. I don't think they'll score 14 goals in 2 games. So no, I would I would just go for a skip.
Yeah, and listen, man, the bookies they couldn't set this number high enough. Listen, man, if they probably could set it 5.5, 6.5, some people would still take the over. No, listen, man, give me the under 4.5 goals. I kind of agree with you there.
Yeah.
All right, that wraps up Eredivisie. Let's get to the Bundesliga. First game where Bremen hosting Dortmund. Bremen wins set at 4. Dortmund wins set at 1.84. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, I like Dortmund. I like how they played their first game. So I'm definitely backing Dortmund in this spot. Or are you doing something here?
Over 3.5 is a little bit interesting. I think Bremen will at least score 1 goal. Borussia Dortmund, always
Yeah, they
scoring
basically allow
two
a
goals or
lot of
more.
goals there.
Yeah, 2 goals or more. So a Dortmund win, yes, but over 3.5, I think it's also a good one.
Next up, Frankfurt hosting Hoffenheim. Frankfurt wins set at 1.82. Hoffenheim wins set at 3.95. Line for total goals again 3.5. I think this number's a little bit a tad too high. The total of 3.5. So I'm not playing over 3.5. But I can trust either of these teams. These are maybe the 2 most inconsistent teams in the Bundesliga, Frankfurt and Hoffenheim. So the lean would be towards Frankfurt because they're the home team, but other than that, not really have a bet in this game. Or are you doing something?
Yeah, it will only be just a lean. Like you said, I agree with you. I'm also skipping this game.
All right. Next up, hosting Kiel, hosting Wolfsburg. Kiel wins set at 3.15. Wolfsburg wins set at 2.23. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now Wolfsburg kind of played well against Bayern Munich. Gave them a little bit of a scare. And while hosting Kiel, they lost to Hoffenheim. Obviously they received a red card and played with 10 men. So kind of put up a good fight, but still I would trust Wolfsburg a little bit more in this spot. So that's where I'm going. Are you doing something?
Yeah, Wolfsburg, interesting odds at 2.23. I see, and yeah, Wolfsburg, of course, a lot more experience. So yeah, I would also go for Wolfsburg.
Yes. All right. We agree there. Let's get to the next game. Bochum hosting Gladbach. Bochum wins set at 2.6. Gladbach wins set at 2.63. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now I do have a play in this game, and that is Gladbach to score more than 1 goal, over 1.5 goals set at 2.05. I really like that bet. Bochum last year they allowed 74 goals, one of the worst defenses in the Bundesliga, and they haven't solved that one bit. So give me Gladbach over 1.5 goals. Actually, one of my favorite bets for the weekend. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, I would maybe I don't know. I'll go for the under 2.5. I don't see a lot of goals being scored in this game, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Bochum at home. I think they'll definitely defend like crazy against Gladbach. You know, because losing the first game against Leipzig, they defended very well in that game also. So I think they'll maybe do a better job at home. So I would just go for the under 2.5.
Yeah, but still, Gladbach actually they kind of impressed me. Playing against Leverkusen, actually played very well. So I believe they can score twice again here. Not sure they win, but give me Gladbach over 1.5 goals. All right, next up, Stuttgart hosting Mainz. Stuttgart wins set at 1.63. Mainz wins set at 5.3. Line for the total goal set at 2.5. Now, obviously, Stuttgart, they lost their best player in the transfer window, but still playing at home, they're very good. And I think they still have enough a good squad, a squad that's good enough to beat Mainz playing at home, scoring enough goals. I'm not sure Mainz can keep up. Actually, I'm pretty sure Mainz won't keep up with Stuttgart scoring. So Stuttgart for a win. That's my bet for this game. Are you doing something?
Yeah, and I would even go for both teams to score and Stuttgart win. Yeah, Mainz maybe scoring a goal. I I think they will, and maybe even scoring the first goal. So
That's a bit rich for very rich for my blood, but uh,
yeah,
really predicting scoring them the first. I can see them scoring a goal, but really the first goal, not that sure. But
but if you look in the last 5 games they played against each other, or 4 games, Mainz always scored at least one goal. So yeah, or yeah, maybe one goal even. So yeah, so I would just go for the both teams to score and Stuttgart win.
I like that bet, but not the one where mine scores first. All right. Next up, Leverkusen hosting Leipzig. Leverkusen wins set at 1.84. Leipzig wins set at 3.95. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, Leverkusen kind of playing a little bit with fire. And they have been doing that dating back to last season. They always seem to find a way to come through. They have the better players. They're playing at home. Where are you going here?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, difficult one actually, but yeah, I would, you lean towards a draw, but I would normally you would just go for Leverkusen, but I don't see it being that easy for Leverkusen as the odds say. Um, mm,
The odds, I don't think they're really saying it will be that easy. 1.84, almost 2 to 1. And listen, man, I've been burned too much last year betting against Leverkusen, so I'm not gonna do that until they lose a game.
yeah,
Definitely not.
yeah, but they
Definitely,
can't keep winning. That's
yes, they
that's
will
something
lose.
also, it
They
will
will
come.
lose at some point, but I'm not predicting that. So I will bet Leverkusen for a win here. And listen, man, like I said, they always seem to find a way to come through. They're the better team. They're playing at home, and I think last week might be a kind of a wake up call. Almost not winning against Gladbach. So give me Leverkusen for a win here, playing at home. I can see Leipzig scoring a goal here, so Leverkusen win and both teams to score. Also not a bad play for this game.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Heidenheim hosting Augsburg. Heidenheim wins set at 2.43. Augsburg wins set at 2.85. Line for the total goals set at 2.5. I don't have a bet in this game. Are you doing something, Sergio?
No, it's no, a little bit too risky.
All right. Now, I think we'll wrap the next one up really quick. Bayern Munich hosting Freiburg. Bayern Munich wins 1.28. Freiburg wins 12.5. Line for total goal set at 3.5. I also don't have a bet there. If I'm doing something, I'm playing Freiburg, but just as a fun bet, such a high odd. But listen, man, not really anything as interesting. Are you doing something?
Yeah, no, company will have a easy start. I see. Yeah, this Freiburg. Should be an easy one also for München. So yeah, no bet for me here.
All right, now that wraps up the Bundesliga and that wraps up all picks for the upcoming weekend. Quick recap for the picks I really like. AC Milan over 1.5 goals, Juventus winning, Brentford, Southampton, both teams to score, Alaves winning, Valencia Villarreal over 2.5 goals, Groningen winning. And like I said, I also like a bet in that same game over 2.5 goals. Heerenveen winning, Borussia Mönchengladbach over 1.5 goals. What do you guys say?
Yeah, we almost have the same games actually. I have Bilbao, of course, Utrecht, Groningen also, Forest, Brentford, and Udinese.
All right. Now, thank you guys for joining in. Like we always say, bet smart, bet with your head, set your limits, and stay within your means. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, good weekend, everybody.